La voie technologique. This is the technological route or pathway. So a reminder of where we're up to. La scolarité au lycée, après la classe de troisième, after year 10, you go into this, you've chosen to come to this lycée général et technologique. You've done your seconde with everybody else, and now you're deciding to go into the technological course. Alors, tout d'abord, le site du gouvernement, la voie technologique au lycée. Donc, à l'issue d'une seconde générale et technologique, at the end of the year 11, which is the general technological one, les élèves peuvent s'orienter. The students can go towards dans l'une des séries de la voie technologique, in one of the series in the technological route. And then, après le baccalauréat, after they've taken the A-level equivalent, ils peuvent ensuite poursuivre des études supérieures. They can go into higher studies, notamment technologiques. Surprise, surprise, particularly technological ones, the BTS, DUT, and we'll be looking at that later when we look at higher education. So if you click on there, you can go into the site where you've got all of this information about the subjects taught, what the series are, how they're organised. Lot of information there about each one. But I have summarised that in the PowerPoint. So subjects and disciplines. This again is taken from the official PowerPoint shown to year 10 students, telling them what to expect. La voie technologique en première et terminale. So in the first and terminale, remember these are feminine because we're talking about a class. En classe, une classe, en classe première et en classe terminale. First of all, they carry on doing, in common with everybody else, there is a core of subjects that whatever your specialities are, you will still do. Français, philosophie, histoire géo, enseignement moral et civique. You will still do 2 languages, langue vivante A et langue vivante B, EPS et mathématiques. But this is where, whereas the general had a choice of 12 different areas, of which you would group together 3 in the lower 6 in the première and then 2 in the terminale. This is different. Here you would have ones where you'd follow a series. So these have within them a series of different subjects within them. So you could go for any of these. I say any of them. What happens is that you would have to go and look at the lycée available near you to see which ones are on offer. They don't necessarily say that we can offer all of them. So maybe you have to go to another school. And maybe you think, no, well, I'll change my series according to what is available at the school where I want to go. So, for example, there are some quite specialist ones. Technology of in the hotel hotel and restaurant world. Design, music and dance. So it's quite a variety there. So you can go on to a site here where you can see much more detail about which of each series are alike. Voila, this is in the site that I talked about right at the beginning, just for the terminale. So there, you click on this and they will give you much more detail as to what that's going to be like. So as I say, this is really seen as being very important that people make the right decision. They don't do something they then subsequently think, no, that's not my thing, I want to drop out of it. So there was one, which is le bac STHR, hospitality and catering. I don't know why I couldn't think of that earlier on, hospitality and catering, of course. And for each one, pour qui, who is it for? Au programme, what do you cover? What are the specialities that you do? So, en première, you'll do these things. En deuxième. So, I don't actually think this is always made very clear in advance that although this is called a series, it has still got the notion of specialities which you do within that series. So just as with the general one, there are 3 in the first and then 2 in the terminale. So it's certainly this idea that you can do things in more depth than was the case before with the old series. And then it tells you what you might want to do afterwards and how they talk about insertion. That's insertion dans le monde du travail. So entering the workplace. What would you do then? And you can just click through and see all of the other types that are available. So again, this one with Sciences et Technologies du Management et de la Gestion. There are the 3 that you do in the première, and there are the ones that you do in the deuxième, in the terminale. So back to my PowerPoint. Donc récapitulons, let's go over that again. La voie technologique conserve son organisation en série. So this is where, if you're talking to someone who knows that before it used to be different, that's why you have to use the verb conserve. It keeps its organisation in series. If you were talking to someone it's the very first time they've ever come across this, you would just say it is organised in series. Est organisé en série. Il y a 8 séries de bacs technologiques. And then des ajustements seront apportés pour proposer un socle de culture commune, articulé avec les enseignements de spécialité et l'aide à l'orientation. So you'll also do these subjects which are common to everybody, whatever technology, whatever series they're doing, and also again this stress on help on careers advice. And where will you end up? With the seconde générale, it tends to be going to the universities. Here, la voie technologique, préparer des études supérieures technologiques. So it's for technological ones, principalement en STS. So when we do the section about the higher education, you'll see that there's a particular section for being a technicien supérieur ou en IUT, Institut Universitaire de Technologie.